What a contrast in starting pitchers here today. Greg Maddux makes his 27th postseason start compared to Ankiel making his first. Another outstanding season, 19-9 with a very good ERA at 3.00. A workhorse always, 249 in the third innings, and he does not walk himself into tough situations.
Fernando showing bunt, taking a fastball for a strike, and that is certainly no surprise for Greg Maddux to throw his first pitch in for a strike. Maddux, who is forever 0-1, 0-2 on hitters, and that one is too low. Maddux had an amazing game in his second to the last start, where he had 7 innings pitched, 13 strikeouts in 7 innings, and only threw 81 pitches in that game.
It's hard to believe you can get that many strikeouts with that few pitches. Look at Chipper Jones at third, well in on the grass, trying to take the bunt away from Pena.
Now the first baseline, it hits the bag. Ricochets to the right. Maddux picks it up. No play. Now the Cardinals leadoff man has reached, and here is J.D. Drew. He drops a bunt third base side, but foul.
Well, the Cardinals believe they've got to score early on Maddux to try to get to him before he really gets command of that strike zone. J.D. Drew had a great year with 18 home runs. Being a left-handed hitter now, he can take advantage of the big hole on the right side of the infield. Cal is shading up the middle a little bit with Vigna at first base. Galarraga's got to hang at the bag, so there's a big hole to shoot at on the first base side.
Vigna only stole 10 bases. He was on the disabled list from mid-June until early July with an injury to his right hamstring. And later in September, he missed a couple of weeks with an injury in his left rib cage. So he has not done a whole lot of running. Drew swings and loops one into right field. That's going to be a base hit. Vigna around second, heading for third. He's in there. And the Cardinals are set up right away against Maddux, and their home run leader Edmonds coming up.
Well, this is the value of being here in this ballpark. The Cardinals felt it was very important for them to win the home field advantage and take on the Braves in games 1 and 2 right here. Here's
Edmonds, his biggest year, 42 homers, 108 batted in, and he is facing Maddux for the first time right now. Up and in, 1 ball, no strikes. Edmonds, a long-time American leaguer with the Anaheim Angels, grew up near Anaheim Stadium, and now he is seeing Maddux and going up against Maddux for the first time. Maddux did not face the Braves, or rather the Cardinals, in the regular season. High in the air, left center, plenty deep enough to get Vigna home, and Andrew Jones doesn't catch it. Vigna scores, and Drew just now finds out and belatedly makes it into second base. For some reason, Drew was not aware that Jones did not catch the ball.
Well, what happened, John, he saw it drifting so far toward the warning track, he began to go back and tag up. Edmonds did exactly what he wanted to do, going the opposite field. Andrew Jones, maybe the best center fielder in the game, misses the ball. The sun may have been a problem here. First and third, it's a good at-bat. He goes opposite field, at least deep enough for the sac fly. But Jones continued to drift on the ball. Sanders was well over toward the left field line. He, too, had a long run to get to this ball, but it certainly should have been caught. You see, Drew thought the ball was going to be caught, went all the way back to third to tag up, and he can only advance to second. But the pressure's still on Maddux.
And really a mistake by Drew, because Jones never squared up under that ball.
Exactly.
Here's Will Clark, and he takes a strike. Will Clark, his first 3 home games as a Cardinal after being acquired from the Orioles were in this ballpark against Atlanta. And in his first at-bat as a Cardinal in this ballpark, he homered against Atlanta. In fact, he homered 5 times against Atlanta in the 7 games the Cardinals played against the Braves. Base hit. That will get Drew home. Over to third base is Edmonds. The Cardinals have 2 on the board with nobody out. So Rick Ankiel already staked to a 2-run lead. And the Cardinals will not be satisfied with only 2. They've got first and third, nobody out. Ray Lankford, the hitter. That was a called strike. Well, the last time the Braves faced a rookie pitcher in the postseason was 1997, and his name was Livan Hernandez. And it did not work out well for the Braves in that league championship series. One ball, one strike now, the count to Langford. In fact, not only did Levine win the MVP of that league championship series, but Maddux had an infamous game in Braves annals where he gave up 5 runs in the first inning, all unearned. The Braves disintegrated defensively. Slow chop. Chipper Jones can't handle it. And history is repeating itself, it seems. The Braves are disintegrating defensively. Scoring on the play is Edmonds. Clark the second. 3 runs are in. Still nobody out. In that 1997 League Championship Series against Maddux and the Braves as a member of the Florida Marlins. Renteria. Suddenly everywhere you look there are reminders of that playoff series in 1997. Renteria hitting .278, 16 homers, 76 batted in. And that is a first pitch strike. It is 0-1. Well, the first batter, Vina, hit a single off the bag at first base. Then Drew looped the single in the right. Then the fly ball to left center that should have been caught and wasn't, although they scored it as a single and a run batted in. The bunt popped him high in the air. Maddux throws him out at first, and Renteria moves the runners along. Clark to third. Langford to second. Carlos Hernandez will come up.
Well, it's a good move here. The Maddux control is obviously something they want to get an opportunity to get it on the play. There's Tatis on the bench, and Tony La Russa opted for Polanco just for situations like this because Polanco is a very good contact hitter, a guy that can put the ball in play. In this situation, you want him to get a ball up in the zone that he can drive at least to the outfield. And he is 3 for 10 against Maddux in his career. So the reason that they went with Polanco is because he can put the ball in play and he doesn't strike out very often. Obviously now you want a fly ball to the outfield at least.
Braves playing the infield looking for the double play. Popped up foul and back out of play. And it is 0-1 to Polanco. There's Will Clark at third base. Ray Langford, who reached on the big error by Chipper Jones at second. And now Carlos Hernandez at first base after the walk. Just a bit low on the outside. And that was the kind of a pitch that he swung at it. The most likely result would have been a ground ball.
Right. Got to show patience in this bat. Make sure that you force Maddux to get the ball up at least above the knees.
1 ball, 1 strike to Polanco. The crowd very nervous right now because they know that the Cardinals have a chance to go for the jugular here in Game 1 right now. But they needed another hit or two. Through the middle, base hit. Clark scores. Here's Langford. Jones throw. It hits the mound and hops in the air. To second safely. Polanco into center. And heading home is Hernandez. All 3 of them have scored. Polanco to third. And they are going nuts in St. Louis. It's a 6-run inning. So it's all going wrong. It seems to be the wrong pitch, the wrong fielding play, and the wrong managerial strategy. Bobby Cox having them walk Hernandez, the .256 hitter, to get to the .316 hitter, Polanco. And Polanco delivers. And he was a Tony La Russa decision, bringing him in instead of Tatis. And Ankiel with a big cut. Ankiel is such a fine hitter. 2 homers, a double, a triple, 9 runs batted in. But he was used as a pinch hitter by Tony La Russa 3 different times this year. 6 runs in. This is the 9th hitter of the inning. And just did get a piece of that one. The count 0-2 remaining with Vina, the leadoff man, on deck. Going back to that play, the single by Polanco. Paul Bacco then compounding the play, trying to throw out Polanco at second base, making a poor throw. I don't think he had much of a shot at getting him anyway.
No, he didn't. It was a desperation throw. at best.
That's down and in. And then bad luck for the Braves. The throw by Andrew Jones has got a real strong arm. Hit the mound. I mean, he had a legitimate shot at perhaps making a play at the plate that was eliminated when the throw bounced off the mound and hit high in the air. Popped up, back and short. Ball twice. And that is the second out of the inning. The Cardinals, before the game, when they had the traditional introduction of the lineups with all the players going out to the foul lines, introduced Stan Musial, and they also had Lou Brock and Bob Gibson in uniform on the lines. Right to Galarraga. And the easy play to end one of the most difficult innings that anybody has ever seen for Greg Maddux. 6 runs on the board for the Cardinals after 1.